Hello friends, welcome to the Sun Woman channel, and I want to wish you a happy new moon in Scorpio. We're going to be doing readings here for the new moon cycle of November 11th through December 11th. And as I said, this is a new moon in Scorpio. And what does that mean for all of us? Well, what it means is that this is going to be a very intense time. We have a lot of planetary support coming in true Scorpion style. There's a real flavor of luck and opportunity, as well as a perfect mix for love and alliances. With all the positive combinations in play, many of us are going to get a dose of extra good energy with this period. Scorpio is a water sign, which means it really connects to our feelings and the emotional realm best. Scorpio is driven to find emotional satisfaction and really goes places that others can't get in order to get it. So the ability to look beneath the surface, past the superficial, is a trait that comes very easily to Scorpio. This is a sign that knows that there's always another facet to the story. So beneficial revelations about people, places, and things could really surface as a result of this Scorpio influence. There might be something special that comes out of this new moon that wasn't so apparent in your life before. The most important revelations are usually hidden beneath the surface, and Scorpio is the sign that lights things up, lights up the dark, and brings the truth out for us. So there's a big inner beauty reveal that might just be in store this period for us as a result. Scorpio also is the sign that really best follows its instincts about people and situations. So that means that we'll all have the opportunity to tap in some extra psychic awareness, some extra intuitive awareness. If you're trying to come to terms with a situation, the Scorpio new moon could really help you make that decision. Know that something's about to take root in your life, and whether you intentionally make a decision to start something new or something magically falls into your lap, this new moon will really help it grow fruitfully. There's a strong commitment to whatever takes root at this time. Know that Scorpio really commits to its endeavors, so we're all going to be willing to put in the effort, as well as wait out any storms that we might be going through, okay? Jupiter is in the mix with some really positive aspects, so that's an extra boost of really good emotion and opportunity. Some extra luck could come this way. There is some really good influence with Saturn and Venus, so we're going to be able to really create harmony in relationships and in beneficial financial ventures during this period. No matter what your personal situation, the November new moon is a good energy to look forward to. There, could be some facing up to some shadows of the past. It's really a time for healing as well, to release past hurts and to make a fresh start with someone perhaps who's hurt you. It's a good time for forgiveness and to start a new chapter. Scorpio is about rebirth, regeneration, starting from the bottom and moving up into a new life. So use this time ahead to plant some new seeds and to really tune into some benefits that we might have been missing along the way, okay? Remember that for the new moon, it's great to speak your intentions out loud, to declare them out loud, but it's even better to write them down in words or to illustrate images to reflect what you intend. Do a picture board or a dream board. Those images will really take root into your psyche, and what you think, our thoughts are things. So what we think and what we say go out into the atmosphere, to the universe, and they manifest, okay? So let's manifest positivity, change, and regeneration in our lives for this new moon cycle. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the individual readings for the 12 signs. You can apply these to your sun, moon, and ascendant. And thank you again for tuning in, and let's get to the individual readings. Hello Sagittarius, this is your new moon in Scorpio reading, and this particular new moon is falling in your 12th house, okay? So the 12th house is the house that relates to what's going on undercover in our lives, okay? It can be in you know, what's going on as in our own psyche, in our mind, in our subconscious. So related to any type of secrets that we may have, you know, our own sense of solitude. It can refer to any, you know, difficulties or ordeals that we have gone through in our whole life. They fall into that 12th house. So often the 12th house, when there is strong activity there, we are at a point in our lives where we can do the inner work to release ourselves from whatever difficulties we have experienced, not just in this lifetime, but also in previous lifetimes. If you believe in reincarnation, our karmic debts, if we can release ourselves in that 12th house to whatever it signifies as having, you know, keeping us imprisoned on some level, on a spiritual level, then we can create a breakthrough that moves us forward in our to the next level in our spiritual growth. Okay, now on a more mundane level, the 12th house has to do with being alone. It has to do with any type of activities that we do alone. You know, it could be studying alone, it could be being confined in some way. So you know, if we go into the hospital for surgery, or you know, if we go away on a retreat, or if we are involved in some type of work that requires you know, us to be isolated, or you know, to work secretly, you know, that will happen in the 12th house. Now the 12th house also can signify things that we're doing on the down low. You know, secret love affairs can show up in the 12th house. So you know, if you're involved in something like that, you could see some type of development in that area. So you want to be careful what you're doing and how you're doing it, because things can really come out when there is 12th house activity. And with this 12th house new moon in Scorpio, Scorpio is the sign of revelations. Scorpio is also the sign of sex. You know, so if you are having some type of you know, sexual relationship that is undercover, you could very possibly be discovered this month. Okay, so we definitely want to not put ourselves in any positions for you know, to bring about any heartache for ourselves and others if we possibly can. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see what this what the cards are giving us, Sagittarius, as your message for the new moon in Scorpio. This is the message for Sagittarius, the new moon in Scorpio in the 12th house. Okay. All right. So in the past, we have the Death card. Wow. Powerful. Don't be afraid of the Death card either, because the Death card talks about transformations in our lives. We have another major arcana, the Judgment card, which is covering. We have the Queen of Cups reversed in the near future. We have the Nine of Swords reversed in the crowning position, or the advice card. We have the Eight of Swords reversed in the area that rules other people, external influences in our lives. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is our hopes or fears, and we have the High Priestess as the potential outcome, the final card here. And at the base of the deck, we have the Chariot reverse. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana in this reading for you, Sagittarius, which makes sense because that would signify that there's a strong emphasis on spiritual matters here for you and on moving you forward in your spiritual development. And so that really aligns itself with that 12th house activity. And then we have 2 Swords cards and 1 Pentacle. So let's just go through them. The, you know, Death reversed in the past means that you have gone through some type of transformation, okay, coming into this month. There has been the death of something. All right. Now, I'm hoping deep in my heart that, you have not experienced a loss of someone in your life. If you do, you have my deepest sympathies and condolences. This doesn't always signify that, but if you are someone who has experienced that, then I'm so deeply sorry for you. The death card also, most of the time, will signify the death of some situation in our lives, and now us being reborn into something else. So something has ended in your life in this past month period, okay, which is end of October, beginning of November. And now you are in a position to begin again. You're in a position to be reborn on some level, okay? So with the 12th house activity, there may be something, some type of difficulty or something holding you back that you have been able to release. Perhaps an addiction, perhaps you've stopped smoking, perhaps you have gotten into some type of treatment program and you have said, that's it, I'm ready for this part of my life to die, to go away so that I can be reborn into a new life, all right? So any situation could have been the end of a relationship. You may have been involved with someone and it just realized that it wasn't right for you and that situation ended. Whatever it is something that has now released you this month. And right next to that, the Judgment card. Unbelievable, tremendous cards of the end of something and rebirth into something else. So now something has ended and now you're currently being reborn. You are asked to make decisions now on what it is and how you're going to step forward in your life. What is the new life that you are being reborn to, okay? There is an awakening. There's a new lease on life on some level. You see these three spirits here being, they're stepping out of their boxes here and they're stretching and they're being, reborn. The angel has called to them and they've heard the call for change and for awakening, okay? So right now, that's a tremendously strong energy for you with that Scorpio energy of regeneration, transformation, the phoenix going into the ground and being reborn as a beautiful bird that soars, all right? This energy is available to you right now. So you must definitely take advantage of that if there is something that you have recently released in your life and you're ready to start fresh. Now, the Queen of Cups is reversed in the near future. When we've experienced some type of loss in our life, whether it is the end of a situation or some drastic change in our own lives, we can be very raw. We can be very hypersensitive, very sensitive, very open, very vulnerable, okay? And so I'm feeling that this Queen of Cups is representative possibly of you in this very fragile, vulnerable state, okay? In the near future, you need to now rebalance yourself emotionally because you may have been through the ringer and now you are, you're in this new life and you're saying, okay, what do I do first? What's my next move? How do I right myself up, in this emotional situation? There is perhaps the fear of being vulnerable and of opening yourself up to others and revealing what you've been through, revealing what you've gone through, fearing of getting into a new relationship because you're still raw from what you've been through, okay? So I feel like this is the energy that is going to be on you between now and the end of November. Be gentle with yourself, Sagittarius, okay? Be kind to yourself. Do whatever it is that you need to do to heal, to continue to heal. You may need to, pull yourself back from others who may not be sensitive towards you. You may need to isolate yourself for a little while in order to recover, okay? So don't be afraid to do this, because I feel like you are in a stage of, as I said, rebirth. You're in a stage of newness that's coming into your life. But you know, when we are a baby and before we are born, we are at our most vulnerable as we are in that process of being born, being birthed, okay? And so this is now, you know, you're newly born. So that newborn person who is vulnerable at this moment. Take care to protect yourself. Protect yourself from other influences. Protect yourself from things that can pull you back down or pull you back into whatever it is that you have now had the strength and the power to release yourself from, okay? The Nine of Swords reversed in your advice area. That Nine of Swords again is talking about having been through stuff, okay? Having gone through stress, strain, sleepless nights, emotional tension, emotional stress. But this card is coming up reversed, which means that you've been through the worst and you have come out the end of it. You have survived it. You are now out of the thick of it, okay? So see this as being the case. You are able to release yourself from any worries, concerns that you've been through. Let the past be the past. Let those swords fall away. Let what is gone be gone. Let what has died die, okay? Because you have something new and better and healthier and more aligned for your spiritual growth coming forward for you, okay? So great job to you for releasing yourself. Let it happen completely. Let the process complete itself, okay? Now, the Eight of Swords is reversed in the area that rules your hopes and fears house. I'm sorry, not your hopes and fears house, but your external influences. And again, this is the Eight of Swords reversed. So again, this is another sign that you have released yourself from maybe whatever connections with someone or some external situation in your life that was holding you captive, that was holding you hostage on some level, whether it be emotionally, spiritually. You have stepped out away from that situation and you must continue along that path. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we have a picture of a woman or a man with a blindfold on who is surrounded by these 8 swords. And the miracle of this card is that they're not being held back by someone else. They have the ability at any time to release themselves from their perception of being held back and imprisoned, okay? So when this card comes up reversed, it means that you've done that. You have released yourself from whatever that external prison or external limitations are, and you are on the right path, okay? Now, the Four of Pentacles is here in your hopes and fears. And anytime we see the Four of Pentacles, we are holding tightly to something. If it's a financial reading, we're holding tightly to our resources, to what we have gained. But I really feel like this is a spiritual reading for you. And it says that you are grasping on tightly to now the progress that you have made, to the foundations, the healthy foundations that you have now established. And I feel like in this reading, I am encouraging you to do that, to not give over your power that you have now gained by releasing yourself from the past, or releasing yourself from your limitations or a negative influence in your life. Hold on tightly now to the what has taken root in your life, okay? Because this is now the new foundation upon which you are going to build a new life, Sagittarius. Okay, so don't be afraid to hold on to this new life that you are in the process of building. Okay, and in the outcome here, which is the potential outcome, we have another spiritual card, which is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is the female version of the Hierophant. This is the female Hierophant. Now this can be male or female. This is not specifically a female card, but it does draw upon the feminine powers of intuition. Okay, we talk about mother's intuition, women's intuition. So this is something, whether you are male or female, you want to draw upon the feminine energy that you have in order to continue to guide you along your path during this new moon in Scorpio cycle. This is the wise priest. She is holding the book of knowledge and wisdom in her lap. She has the moon at her feet, so she is very much ruled by the moon's influence. Okay, so here we are talking about the new moon in Scorpio. Allow yourself to let the seeds that have been planted to now push you forward. Okay, this moon also for me talks about developments around the full moon. Okay, so the full moon in November is going to be taking place at the end of the month here, and you want to, I feel like there may be something that is going to come to your attention or come out in the open, and that is going to be on November 25th. Okay, so look to that date, or the days surrounding that day, before or day after, for some type of additional revelation for you. The full moon is also a period of release, and so I feel like this the full moon that's coming up is going to be the time for you to release the last vestiges of whatever has been holding you. Okay, so look to that full moon as a period of really closing the door on that old life and propelling yourself forward to a new life. This can also represent the existence or the presence in your life of a very wise woman. It could be a mother figure, it could be a sister, it could be an aunt, a godmother, but someone who is going to be a very strong influence for you as well. So look to this person between the full moon and the new moon in December, around the 11th, to perhaps have a message from you. They may channel a message from you that is going to help you in your process. Okay, give you good advice, be a comfort to you, and not just an advisor, but a comfort to you as well. Okay, so a strong feminine influence there, whether it is you drawing upon your own feminine intuition, or whether it is the influence of a woman. Perhaps it could be a woman that you are going to meet around this time. It could be someone who is going to become a spiritual guide for you. It may be a relationship that you may get into that will be with a woman who is very wise, very alluring, who has a great deal of physical magnetism and emotional magnetism, and who you are drawn to very deeply. Okay, so very transformational energy here, very strong, something working very deeply under the surface that is propelling you forward spiritually, Sagittarius. Okay, let that process happen. Don't hold it back, because it needs to happen in your life. At the base of the deck, the Chariot, and the Chariot talks about balance. The Chariot says that you are on some level are still off balance. I'm getting the word you're still reeling from what has taken place. That's okay, Sagittarius, okay? Because I feel like you are building a strong foundation. You are following the right path. You must remain in control of your emotions. That's also what this Queen of Cups is saying. Whatever you have gained on an emotional level, hold on to that progress. Stay in control. Do not be hypersensitive, okay? Do not allow yourself to get hyper emotional during this time. Don't allow yourself to get into histrionics, or to be overly dramatic in your expression. Really Get a handle on yourself emotionally, because that is what's going to allow you to move forward spiritually. And this Chariot is also advising you to stay in control of the reins here of what has taken place. You know, you've got this black horse and this white horse, the yin and the yang. You've got the same vibe in this queen, in the High Priestess card, the black column and the white column. Again, the yin and the yang of life. The Alpha and the Omega, those symbols there. So know again that this is a spiritual journey. You're being propelled forward. You're being asked to move forward on a spiritual level, and you need to let this work happen, because what's going to be happening next month is your new moon in Sagittarius, which is your own personal new moon. So you're letting something die so that around that new moon in Sagittarius in December, which is also your birth, you're coming into your birth month, end of November, beginning of December, this is going to be your rebirth time of the year, Sagittarius, okay? So do this work now so that you are ready to walk forward in newness and again, grasp and hold on to this energy of new life that is being brought to you in the next month, okay? In the next 2 months. All right, so really powerful spiritual message here, Sagittarius. I'm going to pull one card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and see what the final message is here for you. And I feel that this is, going to help with the message we've already received from the tarot. I'm going to pull this card from the top, and the card I'm getting for you, Sagittarius, is Treasure Island. Beautiful card. There's a beautiful turtle there, and on the turtle's back is a box of treasure, a treasure trove, okay, and bunch of hearts and stars, and it just looks like a really beautiful card here. And what I feel like this message is that you are swimming towards your treasure. You are about to receive this from the universe, okay? This is now coming into your life, and you need to be prepared to receive this, Sagittarius, okay? Whatever this treasure is to you, you need to be in a receptive frame of mind. And the Treasure Island card, the essential meaning is the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. Wow, Sagittarius, this is really what we're talking about here. Letting what no longer has worked in your life, what is outmoded, what is outdated, what is of no further use to you, letting it go so that you can now reap the rewards and the treasure of what really is for you. You've worked hard and you've acted upon unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly in the midst of it all you hit the jackpot, okay? This is what's coming. You've uncovered the map to buried treasure and tap the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition. Again, talking about that High Priestess, trust your intuition to guide you and to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase. Everything is paying off in all aspects of your life this time. You have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So Sagittarius, there you go. A very powerful time in your life right now. You have turned your back on what no longer serves you. That chapter of your life is closed, and you are now being pushed forward to a new beginning. And as I said, your time of the year is coming up, which is going to be that end of November, beginning of December period that we are moving into right now. So again, let that power, let the force be with you, and let that power propel you forward into newness and a new life that you are deserving of, okay? And time to move to the next level. So thank you so much, Sagittarius, for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. I do appreciate it, as I appreciate all of those who have already subscribed to my channel. Please feel free to like, share, and comment on the videos. I look forward to communicating with you. And for a individual personalized reading, you can contact me at my website. Click on the link that's in the information box below, and I will schedule a reading for you that will be specific to your situation. These are general readings, but this reading, your private reading, will be specific and delivered via YouTube link as well for you, a private link. Okay, so thank you so much. Happy new moon in Scorpio. Look forward to your birthday month coming up, Sagittarius, and wishing you all blessings and peace and new beginnings. Thank you so much. See you next month.